I was locked up there for a second. Good evening and welcome to Let's Talk Shop with Russ. This is a very informal show. As a matter of fact,
wait. We have formal shows?
Yeah, sometimes we do, especially if there's a guest. If there's a guest, we usually have a formal show. Except you and Paul kind of like try to inject
informality.
Yeah,
right.
Informality, exactly.
We make it casual.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Anyway,
you were right.
So
Smart.
And one of the things I want to tell everybody too is that if you have a question dealing with woodworking or printing or lasering, you can post them out there. And I need y'all's guys' help to help watch for these questions too. And we'll try our best to answer them. That's one of the things we're going to do tonight. And don't put them out there yet because we ain't ready. So the next thing I want to say is thank you all for being out there. Russ Meadows is out there. Leonard Davis. Michelle Marcoux is out there. Michelle Marcoux. James Parker's out there. Brooks Martin, thank you for being out there.
Hello.
Aussie Man's been out there. He was one of the first ones out there, I believe.
Hello, so Bill.
Out there.
Hello, Bill. Hello, Aussie.
Thank y'all for being all out there. We're going to just talk about various things tonight. 3D print. Well, one of the things we're going to talk about is 3D printing. And to let y'all know is while I'm on the show right now, my 3D printer is out there printing a squid. He's actually very similar to the Flexi octopus that Jim made me. This is one you made me, Jim.
Like this.
Yeah, your audio is muted, Jim.
Yeah, I said, yeah, it looks familiar.
Yep, that's the one you made me. So I'm making actually a squid. His head, it's basically the same thing other than the fact that his head looks like a squid. It's not round like that one.
How long will it take?
It takes 2 hours and 30 minutes, I think it is.
Okay.
I've got it I got it running at the speed of 60. That seems to me for that machine out there, especially if I'm doing like the low quality as far as we were talking about, the resolution, 60 seems to be doing pretty good. Now, if I bumped up the quality, it'd add probably an hour to it. So, but yeah we're going to be talking about that. But before we start, Jim, tell us where we can find you.
You can find me not a lot on YouTube because I don't make a lot of videos, but Driveway Workshop or on Facebook, Jim Bashirs. I think I'm Jim Bashir 7 on Facebook.
There's 6 others of you?
Can you believe it? There's actually a guy in Hollywood that does sound for movies and stuff that's pretty popular out there. But yeah, we're just kind of cleaning up from the tornado alley deal we had last night that barreled through here.
I see you still have power.
Yeah, we didn't lose power. A couple of minutes, and then it came back on again. But we got trees down in the neighborhood, and roofs are gone, and people's garages are like flattened, and there's a few houses that got really nailed here.
You're lucky. Wow. When you run by our house, power was out for hours.
My daughter is still upstairs. They don't have power at their house, so she's been over here all day. So it went out at 9 o'clock, and how far? They're probably about 8 miles over to the east of us, a little bit farther north, but not much. But they got nailed too.
Okay,
Chris, line came through, man. God. Ugh.
Hey guys, crazy. Chris here from the old Cranky Workshop. I'll get a video out sometime. I don't know when, someday. You know, when you're retired, you run out of time during the day. So
when you're retired,
not only that, but you've been moving, so I understand.
And do you know how much cardboard boxes a move produces? I've been cutting up cardboard for 3 damn days.
Yeah.
And speaking of
Donald.
that tornado, real quick, my buddy's in Martinsville, and it just missed his house. The house across the street got destroyed. So
Yeah, he's lucky.
yeah,
Good for him.
Okay, I'm Donald Matthews from Donald Vlogifies Wood Shop. You find my channel on YouTube, also known as Donald Vlogifies Wood Shop, and find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I got a website called redneckknowhow.com. Paul.
Well, Corliss, Paul's Messy Workshop, and it's messy. It's messier than Al's because Al's been cleaning all day. But anyway, you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and here on Saturday evenings. And Chris, did you get your motion sensor light disconnected?
no, but I have a fan over there that oscillates back and forth, so it's reading the fan.
That's a good way to fix it.
We'll get it squared away. We can't find the remote that's supposedly around here for it.
Oh,
Don't take long to be down in Florida before you be redneck and stuff. That's
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, probably.
Donna.
Donna Presley, Donna's Wood Knot, Donna's Embroidery Plus. I'm here. Hey, how is everybody today? That's all I got.
Cool. Al.
I'm Al Forte, Kilroy 79763, all over the place. Just for fun, folks. This is a great hobby for me. It lets me do a bunch of different things that, jack of all trades, master of none, but better than most. Anyway, I'm Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop. Kilroy's Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop -Al on YouTube, and Kilroy 79763. I stream on Twitch 2 p.m. Sunday, and I'm going to be working on a little bit on this. Anyway, more later.
Cool. Dixon.
Hi, I'm Dixon Hoffman. You can find me at Hoffman Signs and Decals. And I made my first million about 10 years ago, so I finally got it laminated.
Yes.
Oh,
Hey, is that a prince in the picture? What it kind of looked like a prince of some type.
That's the Liberty
Oh, okay.
statue.
Okay. All right.
There's all of Mount Rushmore.
does she have a mustache? Flip it back around.
No,
Yeah,
that's,
like a little
the big-
square mustache.
that's
Let
the big
me-
lips. That's the shadow.
Yeah, the way
Oh, it's
the way that
shadow.
the bill is shown on the camera with a shadow, it looks like she has a mustache.
There you go.
Yeah.
Who knew she was
But
Italian?
okay, so y'all guys help me. If you have some questions that you would like to ask us, feel free to go ahead and then ask us. Make it clean because we're not going to answer anything that's
I'll just pull this out and see.
You will be banned.
yeah. But so anyway, yeah, I haven't had a lot of time this week, but my grandson Roy, he is like wanting me to try to find him a squid. And you know how the squid's like an elongated head, and he's got those fins on the side. Yeah, compared to a octopus, because this is if you all want this print, I can send it to you. But this is a different type of octopus than the one that. And I love this filament, by the way. This stuff looks cool as crap. But this is the one that Jim made me and got me hooked on making these stupid things. I'd give more of these things away than Carter's got pills.
Hey,
And,
Paul, is it 3D prints
Paul,
are
go
looking
ahead.
like their owners or something like that? Or
But this one here is I made this one. I found this one off of Thingiverse, and his legs are basically exactly the same. He's just got a bulb type head, and I gave one of these to my grandson. It's not a squid. He's Roy has he's autistic, but it's not a squid. He told me that real quick. Like
it's a cephalopod.
yeah. So he wants now. So I finally found a squid, and that has the head like a squid. It took me, it took me forever to do it, and that's what's printing right now. And I haven't had a lot of time. I've been really busy this week, and then today's my granddaughter's birthday party, so I've been really busy all day.
Happy
But what I would do is I would get home like in the afternoon just before dinner, and I would search Thingiverse. And when I found this one, for instance, I put it in Cura, sliced it, and went out there and stuck it in the 3D printer and let it run till, and I went to bed because I got home around 4 o'clock or so. So it only takes a couple hours. So about a little over, like I say, by 7, it was done. Yeah. So I did this one. And then I turned around and as I was looking for that, I found this guy, and this guy is cool. I mean, he is really cool.
Hey, Russ, that guy is cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
He is a sea serpent.
Really?
Hey, can you make it bigger, Russ?
Yeah. Let me.
Solo yourself. Yeah.
That stuff is neat when you do it in silk or you do it in a multicolor silk. Looks really.
That's
nice.
what this is.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I said put solo layout
There.
I think I bought some like silky filament. I want to go check
Yeah,
it
this
out.
is
My gold.
See
My
how
gold
his
is-
bottom is green and then it
Oh,
turns
yeah.
to a different color at the top?
Oh,
Rainbow.
does it change colors?
Silky.
Does it change
No,
colors, or
it's no, and there's some orange and other colors in it. As you go through the roll, it'll change the colors. But
Gotcha.
he turned out really good. Look at his tail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah, that is, yes.
You
Your beard's
even,
focused.
even at the end down here, these even turned out really good. And this is not the high resolution. This is kind of like, you know how a printer prints like draft, and then you go the next step up and it's better. Then you work your way up to where it'll print photo quality. Well, this is kind of like a draft on a 3D printer, and even for a draft, it turned out really good.
2.8 or 2 or 0.2.
I don't know.
I think Cura 2.8 is coarse, and then 0.2 is like draft.
Yeah, I think this is 0.2.
Okay, yeah. I think that's good.
But even
Cool.
though his wings still turn, if the camera will focus on it, the wings still even.
It's not focusing on it, but your beard sure does look good from here.
Yeah.
There you go. When you
But
back up
anyway,
a
I don't
little,
know
it's
why it
good.
won't focus, but his little wings turn. There it goes. It kind of focuses in. See how they turned out pretty good too.
Mhm.
So I played around with that this week because, like I said, we've been having some problems with our drywall people, so I'm having to babysit them. And
Did you get any
Remove-
pictures
of what?
of the drywall people?
No. Well, I do, but I don't
Paul
have their
says it
permission.
doesn't happen. Paul says it doesn't happen unless there's pictures.
They,
That's his camper. That's his camper.
Oh,
He's not building a camper if he doesn't have pictures.
I stand
Um,
corrected.
yeah, I have pictures, but it's like
Of the camper?
no.
Oh, that's what we want to see.
There's a house we're drywalling.
I thought you weren't going to get involved. It was just using your name.
Yeah, well, it's turned out different.
I told him he's supposed to be
Yeah.
retired.
We actually
Yeah.
we did the framing in this house, and now we're doing the drywall in this house.
You mean you?
Yeah.
No, we got a
So
company.
it is happening. It is happening.
Yeah, we got companies doing all that. We're just I'm just supervising them.
Paul, it's ironic that he has all these photos of the drywall, but none of the trailer.
Not one of the camper.
He has them
he
before.
has them of his four-wheeler. He has them of his four-wheeler, but he doesn't have them of his camp. He's got them of his boat.
Yeah.
But he
Russ said
doesn't
what
have them
happens
of his
in the trailer stays in the trailer.
I don't think that trailer exists.
Well, it doesn't
Russ,
matter whether you think it is. We go out and ride in it, and it's got AC in it and everything else. So whether you think it exists, me and my wife love it. Aussie Man says your burnt beard grew out well. Yes, there was this side right here that got singed that one day. If you don't remember what I was doing, we got a bunch of cardboard boxes, and I was like, "The heck with it! I'm not cutting them up. I'm gonna throw them in the." We have a burn pit out back, a metal burn pit, and I said, "I'm gonna throw them in the burn pit and burn them, just get rid of them." And so I had it some going. Well, I had a big one, and I didn't even think about it, and I should. I was a fireman. But when the big one went into the burn pit, it's about the same size of the burn pit.
Yeah.
As it landed, the flames come out, or even though it's cardboard, the flames come out around about it. And then as soon as it did, I turned my head to get away from it, and it just singed my beard on this side. I thought I lost my beard.
We don't need
I immediately smelt burnt hair, and I thought when I walked in and looked in the mirror that it was gone on the sides, which that means I got to
That's a
cut it all
smell you
off.
can never forget.
Right.
Yep.
And you're, yeah.
You know, they say lawyers shouldn't defend themselves. Maybe firemen shouldn't start fires.
It's called the mechanic syndrome. It's called the mechanic.
So anyway, to make a long story short, I cleaned it up. You could tell it was thin over here. You could tell it right in this area, right in here. And I cleaned it all up. It took like 3 days of me showering before I finally couldn't smell the burn smell anymore. And my wife says, I really can't smell. I could smell it. But because the thing's right underneath my nose, you know. So anyway, yes, thank you. It has grown out and is looking good.
You
have
look
we
mild,
got any questions? Have y'all been monitoring to see if we got any questions?
No, we've been ignoring. It's April Fools. You know, we probably aren't even in the show. We're probably not even here right now.
You're probably right, Al.
Probably.
We're probably like the camper.
Yeah. Yeah. No pictures of that, is there?
Here in name only.
All right, you lay off about the camper now.
Uh-oh, Paul.
So anyway, I just wanted to show y'all this real quick. This is the house, and it's been textured. So it's wrong way. It's actually the ceilings and walls all been textured. So it's finished. So,
It hardly sticks to you.
I think I got a picture back here of.
You could do this. And just.
Okay,
Russ,
so this is the problem.
cardboard.
I got to tell you this real quick. This is the problem you run into when you're building. Okay, I got to show you this. So,
Gravity.
Yeah, I mean, you run into all kind of problems. So, the plumber obviously did not look at the plans, because when he came along and put these pipes in for the washing machine, you notice that the pipes come out underneath the window over here.
Yep.
So he had to bend them up and turn them out to get them over here on this side of the wall, right?
Yeah.
Well, the problem being is you got a hot water and a cold water line which run up into this box, and then you've got the drain for the hose for the washing machine that come here. Let me.
Yep. And then the vent, right?
Right, and then the vent. This is the vent over here going to run up the ceiling. The first problem, it's not only this is over here underneath the corner of the window, which it shouldn't have been. It should have been, all of the pipes should have been here.
Yeah.
Right. But the second problem is these pipes should have been in the wall, in the concrete.
Oops.
Okay. Yeah, because you know what? This pipe sticks out 4 inches from the wall. That means if we're going to frame this in, a 2x4 is only 3.5 inches.
Yep.
That means we have to frame this with a 2x6, which sticks out 5.5 inches.
You got to fur it out and make a fake beam or a fake beam.
Yeah, but you can't make that because from this pipe right here to the door is 36 inches. If you frame this out, you lose 5 inches and take it down to 30 inches, your washing machine is going to be sticking out into the doorway.
Yep.
Ouch.
So this, you know what the plumber's going to have to come do? Bust out all that and put that stuff in the wall.
Yeah, cut the brick wall out. Yeah.
Yep. That's his problem. That's not my problem. And then the electrician, this hole right here where there's nothing at. That's where the stove goes. So he put this outlet here behind the stove.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All that fun
So he had
stuff.
to come. Yep. So he had to come move it. So
Tell that plumber to just cut the pipe and go get some hose and some hose clamps.
Yeah.
But that's not code, is it? He has to follow code.
No, he can't do
won't
that.
pass
That's not
inspection.
code.
Right.
no, it's
That's
not.
right.
There's the vent pipe going out through the roof.
There's going to be
I knew
And
this
that's
was
where it's
gonna
at.
be
It's where it's at on the in the window.
I was gonna say, look at it's right on that top piece.
Yeah.
But,
So
you
anyway, and so
probably
the
not
plumber
even supposed to be that close to the window. That's not cool.
No, it's
Can't be
not.
by the window.
So,
If I was you, I'd go check the breaker panel and make sure there ain't no water pipes running through.
Yeah, really.
yeah,
good.
for sure. So such is the life of building construction. But now he's saying, like, at first he said, "Oh, just frame that out." And I went over there and looked, and I said, "We can't frame this out." And he goes, "Why can't you?" And I said, "Because it's supposed to be in the wall." And I said, "You didn't read the plans, obviously." And he started arguing with me. I said, "Tear it out and fix it." And he says, "Oh, I ain't tearing all that crap out." And I'm okay, whatever. Well, when you get ready to get your paycheck, you're not going to get it. So, not my problem. It's your problem. Now, if it had been something where we could have come in and I could have put 4 or 5 2x4s in and framed it out and made it, I would have, without him having to, I would have done it in a heartbeat to save all that problem. But it can't. He's got to fix it. He's gonna get a jackhammer and start hammering, jackhammering and moving plumbing.
We got a
It's the only way to
question.
fix it. Yes.
Good question.
Ta-da.
It's Aussie Man says, "Okay, I got a scroll saw question. What
Okay.
method do you all use to remove the fuzzies on the back of your projects if you have them?" I don't
Okay,
ever
first
have them
off-
because I use a reverse tooth blade.
Yes. Exactly. That's your first thing. You should be using a reverse tooth blade, then you wouldn't have fuzzies.
I
There's
like
two
fuzzies.
ways of getting rid of it. If it's a real delicate piece, you won't be able to do this. But if it's not really intricate, like what am I looking for? What's the word, Paul? Or somebody help me out here. Fretwork. If it's not
Photo
fretwork,
of the camper.
yeah. If it's not fretwork, you can lay it down flat and use a orbital sander and sand the back of it.
Well, I
But
thought
if
you were going to
it's
say after
fretwork,
you clean it off. I thought you were going to say after you clean it off with lacquer thinner, just hit it with a torch.
Yes. Well, it wasn't lacquer thinner, Paul.
Well,
It
that's
was
right. It's
mineral
mineral spirit. Yep.
It was
yep.
mineral spirits. So anyway, so the next thing you can do is you can take a torch or a lighter like you light your grill with. It's really long, and run it across the back. Yes, run it across. Yes, just like that one that Chris has. Run it across the back and burn them off. That's another way to do it. That works really well. The problem being is, which Paul just has to bring this up, is one day I put my patterns on with 3M glue, and I take them off with mineral spirits. I just take a little mineral spirits and wipe over the pattern, and the paper pulls right off, just as pretty as can be. Then I wipe the wood with real lightly with some mineral spirits to clean it up, and it's fine. Everything's great. So I did that one day, set it off to the side, stood there for a few minutes, and picked it up and said, "Yeah, I need to burn the fuzzies off." So I fired off the torch, stuck it on the back of the thing, and woof.
Again, I say maybe firemen shouldn't play with fire.
Yeah. If it gets
Well,
simple-
needless to say, it got rid of the fuzzies. That's for sure. And it also
Michelle
got rid of
Marcuse
the
says he
projects.
often places a piece of Luan on the back.
I'm not counting or anything, but isn't that 2 times that fire has kind of?
Oh, I've got
Twice?
more stories. You don't even go there. I got more stories. He says Michelle Marcuse says often place a piece of Luan on the backside. That is another way. Thank you, Michelle, for bringing that up. Yeah, what you can do is put a piece of what we call scrap wood or cheap like he's saying, like Luan paneling or something on the back and make it a layered project. And that way it has to cut through the Luan on the bottom, and your back of your piece will be smooth and won't have near as many fuzzies.
Hey,
so that's another way.
Does anybody use one of those ball sander things? I'm not certain what they're called, but it's like a ball, and then it has individual, like a mop, right? Like
a mop sander.
Oh yeah. That's what they call them, a sanding mop.
Yeah.
Yes, but the problem you're having with those again is if you got a fret work, in other words, it'll eat it up, it'll tear it up.
That's right.
Yeah, could you just take a piece of sandpaper by hand and go over the back up?
That's what I normally do.
Yes, you can, but let me tell you, on some of these fretwork projects, the things are so thin and delicate, they break real easy. That's the reason for the reverse tooth. Yeah, that's the reason for the reverse tooth blade. I can guarantee you, James Parker made this for me, and it doesn't have any fuzzies. If you're out there, James Parker, you used a reverse tooth blade on this, didn't you? Yeah, he just said that's what. But I guarantee you, he made this thumbs up for me, and I guarantee you, because it's as nice as, and I can tell it's a little rough, so he didn't sand it, so to speak. So yeah, I guarantee he used a reverse tooth blade to make this. JJE said hi, Russ. Hi, JJE.
Hello, JJE.
Aussie Man said, next question, where do I get a reverse tooth spiral blade from?
A spiral blade is a reverse tooth blade.
From anybody that sells blades, right? I mean,
they take a blade, a straight blade, and they twist it, and that's what, so that the teeth go in all different directions. That's how they make a spiral blade. Really? So it's basically a reverse tooth spiral blade. But I will tell you this much, regardless, spiral blades are notorious for leaving fuzzies on the back. And so you need to do like Michelle suggested, put a sacrificial piece on the back and scroll it. Like if you're doing 1/4 inch, you can add another piece of 1/4 inch on there, and it'll cut through a 1/2 inch, or add a piece of 1/8 inch even, so it won't be too thick. And that sacrificial piece on the bottom will help you with your fuzzies.
Yeah, don't use a 2x6 or anything like that. That would
and don't use a torch with metal spirits applied to the product.
I wonder if just putting like painter's tape on the back would help.
I've never tried that.
I never have either.
No, I've never tried that.
But it helps on.
I got what you're saying. That I forgot what you're saying. That I don't know. I would think maybe packing tape might be better than painter's tape. But the problem with packing tape, it sticks so good that when you try to take it off, it was fretwork, you break the piece.
It'll break the frets also. Yes, correct.
Yeah,
I agree.
QQQ Russ, can you 3D print to fill in the thumbs up? If you're talking about 3D print inside this to fill it up, yeah, you could probably make a pattern of it and have the 3D printer fill inside of it. Problem's going to be though is the nozzle getting down in here.
Yeah,
so
that would be an issue.
You'd have to do the insert parts. Take it in Tinkercad and extrude it up after you trace over it with a pencil, or take a digital picture, extrude it up in Tinkercad, and then do the inserts and make sure you got enough room to set them in place.
Plus,
or actually have a flat piece and then have it go up, and then just take that flat piece and set it down on it, and it'll fill in that area also. I mean, and they're all together then.
Right.
Does that make sense? Like a skirt, like a skirt.
Yes.
Yeah, like a skirt.
Yeah, like a skirt.
Yeah, and Tinkercad would be great for that.
But Dixon has the better idea though too. That with that one along with Al, you can make them as inserts and install them in the position. Either one of those would work.
Brooks Martin says that he uses a bristle disc kit. That's it sounds like it's something that would work on on. Well, it says shark mandrel, so it'd probably work in a Dremel tool.
Yeah, like a
Also,
Dremel. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
light abrasive wheels, and yeah, that'd probably work.
Yeah, he says it's used for buffing jewelry or stuff like. Yeah, that might work. But like I said, once again, if we go back, fretwork, I don't have any in here, but I can show you a couple of pieces I did years ago. I've got a piece that is thin, about as thin as a gnat's ass, that runs
How
across.
thin is that?
Yeah, it's thin. Trust me.
That's
It
great.
runs
Yeah.
out and across on the bottom of that in places, and it's very. I mean, I was the way I cut it is I was cutting it. I never took the pieces out. I let them in to support it. You know, and it worked. And yeah, you take anything to it. If I didn't have a reverse tooth blade, I would have never been able to do it. Or a torch to torch off. But I got news for you. The thing was so thin that if I put a torch on it, even without mineral spirits, it probably went poof. So
Yeah, it would go poof.
Yeah, Brooks says that that's a Dremel abrasive that he uses.
right.
Yeah.
That's a good.
But
idea.
once again, if you have Bill, Aussie man, if you have problems getting reverse tooth blades where you're at, I mean, it might cost, but I can get them and send them to you, mail them to you. Now you might pay an arm and a leg for the shipping, but you know they're so light and so small that it might not be that bad to ship them to you. But if you have problems getting a hold of reverse tooth blades, I'll be more than happy to get some and ship them to you. Just let me know.
Oh, that
won't
thing
be the
that Al's
shipping
got,
that'll be
that
the
was
problem. It'll be the customs.
Yeah, well, I don't think you'll have a problem getting them through customs. No, because they're not anything that's hazardous or it's not
Yeah, you
like
still got to
food
pay the
product or
customs
whatever.
fees, don't you?
Huh?
You still got to pay the customs fees, though, don't you?
Yeah. He will have to pay custom fees when he gets it. I won't pay nothing but the shipping to him. When he receives it, he'll have to pay the custom fees and the taxes and all that stuff where it gets into his country. Brooks Martin said, "Finer than a gnat's ASS," and he should laugh out loud. What is that we're looking at? Hold on, Al. Let me put you in single or solo layout so I can see what I'm looking at here.
Yeah, I think this is what he was talking about earlier.
Okay. Yeah.
And this one, it has like a small weed eater. You know, like those are little strings. And then there's also this here. I don't know if this would be too coarse. I've never used these. I'm just showing these just for.
Now I have that one right there. I have several of them for my Dremel, and I've used them, and I love them.
Okay, and then there's also this that's like a and my computer's kind of bogging down a little bit, kind of like a 3M pad, that type of.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of like a buffing pad.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
But, I've used those before. They will take off some wood pretty quick, though.
Yeah, this one's really soft right here. And then here's a traditional buffing pad here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm laggy. My camera is lagging out on me.
You're lagging a little, but not bad.
Yeah. Okay,
Like
this
karate
is definitely a buffing pad. But anyway, I just thought I do have these here. As soon as he said that, I think he was talking about this. I'm not certain. But anyway, that's all I got.
Cool. Oh, he goes. Yeah, he's saying. Bill said that he can get the reverse tooth straight blades. It's the reverse tooth spirals that he wants. Okay, let me check into it.
See you later, Russ.
All right.
Later, Paul.
See ya.
Hey,
Good
Paul.
night.
Paul, take pictures, Paul.
Al's computer is stuck in Oriental Combat Kung Fu movie.
Yeah. Is that your granddaughter that keeps coming in? What's her name? I forgot it.
Yes, that's Lil Red.
Little Red.
There's Little Red.
Hey there, Little Red Riding Hood. You sure are looking good. You're everything that a big bad wolf would want.
Oh,
You remember that? Anybody remember that song?
Oh, yeah.
I don't, Russ.
Yeah.
It sounds like you just came up with it on the spot. Very good.
No, that's a
No,
oldie.
it is a song back in the 60s or 70s. 60s. Yeah, it's the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey there, Little Red Riding Hood. You are looking good. You're everything that a big bad wolf would want. What big eyes you have, the better to see. I mean, it's actually a song that goes through that same thing.
Okay. Very good.
You
Did
did
you hear
not know that.
No.
I'm
No,
surprised you didn't know that.
I've never known that. No. Did you know that, Little Red? Nope. Little Red didn't know it either.
Anybody here ever heard that song?
Oh yeah, big
Donna,
time.
you
That
never-
was that was by Sam and Sham and
the Pharaohs. Yep,
Ooh.
Sam, Sham, and the Pharaohs.
1966.
It's
I told
not
you
familiar,
it's
but that was
Man,
one.
that's awesome. It's the 60s.
Yep. Oh, I know all that music. I had two older brothers. Kenny's 9 years older than me, and in the 60s, he was playing all the pop rock and stuff, and that was one of them. That was actually a popular song, but it's dumb as heck, but it was popular.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of songs like that I remember hearing that were kind of really catchy, but when you actually listen to the lyrics, was like, what was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lynn,
That was LSD.
Leonard said, Russ, I sent you a pic of email for floppy paddles I set up for my Dremel. Thank you. I will definitely look at them. James Parker said he gets all of his blades from Mike's, which is now Wildwood. Russ Meadows says Flying Dutchman has reverse spirals at Wooden Teddy Bear. CNA get a discounted Wooden Teddy Bear by using the discount name Charles, 15% off. You can also get reverse tooth from what is his name? Bearwood Supply. Bearwood Supply. Now Bearwood Supply, Wooden Teddy Bear will not ship any out of overseas. They're strictly in the United States. That's the reason not Bearwood Supply, Wooden Teddy Bear. Wooden Teddy Bear only ships in the 50 states. And I don't even know if they ship to Hawaii, as a matter of fact. But Bearwood Supply, which is actually in Canada, they'll ship to Europe. They'll ship a lot of places. So, but my point being is, Aussie man, I have connections, so let me see what I can do about getting some.
I've got connections. Yeah,
I got connections. Let me see about what I can do about getting my
I
hands
know
on
a
some.
guy.
Yeah, I know a guy
who knows a guy who knows a guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if I get my hand on some of them, I'll see about what it's going to cost to ship them to you, and all you'll have to do is, you'll have to pay the custom fees when they get there to you. So.
Who knows a guy?
Yes, James Parker said yes. It's Wooden Teddy Bear. Yes, I like Wooden Teddy Bear. I asked them to sponsor me at one time, but she said, well, we can't afford to sponsor you. And I said, okay, we'll take it out and trade. I'll give me free blades. So she was a sponsor when I first started years ago, and for a while, and then now I'm get with Bearwood Supply.
Maybe she'll
But
come
yeah,
on.
let me get my hands on some, and let's see how much it's going to cost to get to you.
Always.
I'm not worried about the shipping fees to you too bad, because it's going to be you can get in the size of a bottle that you get your prescription in. The prescription bottles, they have to be longer, but they'll hold probably, they'll hold 200 or 300 blades, and so it's not going to be big to send them to you, but I don't know what your customs is going to charge you when you get them.
I was thinking, I wasn't thinking 100 or so blades. If it's only a handful, tape them to a letter and
yeah.
put them in an envelope.
Well, you can get a gross. Gross is only 144.
Yeah. Gross is what I got last time.
Yeah.
12s, obviously. They
Just buy a flock.
I just looked at Amazon and found Flying Dutchman on there.
Oh, James Parker put in there Sam, Sham, and the Pharaohs also.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you hadn't heard that song, Al.
Nope. Yeah. Well, maybe I've selectively chosen to not remember it. Maybe that's it. Sorry. I just.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What was
Oh yeah. I remember that. It's just
all right? Be careful. They'll give me. Don't play too much because they'll give me a strike on my.
I know what it is. I know what it is. It just didn't sound like that to me.
Well,
Sorry.
I didn't say I was Elvis Presley. Come on, give me a break.
The king.
Yeah.
And so use a test tube to send them.
Where are they?
Plays in a test tube.
Yeah, you can have it.
You ever heard the song Poison Ivy?
Yep.
Poison Ivy, Poison
That one I heard.
Ivy. It how was it say? Ivy. I gotta think of the words real quick.
That one I don't know.
Yeah.
No, that one sounds like he's been drinking some beers and.
No, that's
Yeah.
a song. I'll think of it in a minute. Give me a few minutes.
That was back in the day when the record execs were smoking stuff too.
That's exactly what it is. Little Red pointing out. Heirloom Game Call says depends how good your drug is. No. She pointed that out.
Hey, we had a question a while ago. Can't remember who it was from. Somebody wanted to know how you got your bathtub in your trailer. Did it fit through the doorway? Or was
My camper trailer?
Yeah, your camper. Did you fit through the doorway?
Well, let's put it this way. If it'll fit my S4 side by side, which is almost as big as a car through the back door, I think the bathtub will get in there.
Okay.
If I can drive my side by side up in there, I don't think I have a problem getting a 3-foot bathtub in there. Now, if you're talking about my bathroom, that when I bought the tub and had to get the tub in there, I was worried that Brenda, I think she was the one that said it. She goes, "Did you measure the door?"
Mm-hmm.
And I went like,
That's right. That's right.
I thought you guys would remember that.
I miss Brenda. I really do. I miss her a lot. And so when it got here, sure enough, it would not go through the door. The saving grace is that it's what they would call a bear claw. It has the feet on the tub.
Yeah.
The saving grace is those feet came off, and when you flip it on its side, it was small enough to go through the door. So I took the feet off, shoved it through the door, and then got it in the bathroom and put the feet back on and stood it back up. Now, if the feet had not come off, I'd have had to tear the whole part of the wall out to get it in.
2 little notches, that's all for each leg.
Yeah, one for each leg.
Yeah, on each side.
Then cover it up with the trim.
Well, actually, yeah, on one side. Sorry, I'm sitting here thinking on both sides.
You can jog it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Poison ivy, poison ivy. Late at night while you're sleeping, poison ivy comes.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about now.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a good
It
one.
comes on like a notion, but you'll need some calamine lotion. The way it'll make you jump and hop and itch. Yeah. A combo to fool you, the hoop and cough will rule you, but poison ivy long will make you itch. Yeah.
Yes, folks, you've come to the music hour at Simply
by the Coasters.
Yes, by the Coasters.
Remember Love Potion number 9?
Yeah, now that one I remember. I don't remember the words, but I remember it.
Yeah. Give me a few minutes and I'll remember those too.
I was on with my trash.
One-eyed one-horn flying purple people eater.
Oh yeah, one-eyed, one-horn flying purple people eater, and that song was a hit.
And Lenscrafted Wood Signs is saying, "Careful, Russ. YouTube will get you."
Not for me singing it. It's for you playing the music.
Yeah.
I can sing it and they can
singing. Oh.
No, they consider it cover songs too.
It only depends how good you sing it.
As bad as I'm singing it, they'll never. As bad as I'm singing it, they'll think it was a bull in heat.
I don't quite understand this question from Jim Doctoral. He says, "Good thing Russ is the size he is, and thus installs wider doors."
Which one's Russ?
Jim, you can be banned.
Which one of those is Jim? Oh, Jim.
Heirloom Game Call said he had the same issue when his laser arrived. So you had to do something with the door.
Yeah, it happens. It really does all the time.
Jerry Brown had to take a whole wall down.
Yeah.
Al, did you see the picture I sent you?
No, where? Facebook?
Facebook Messenger, yeah.
Ooh, man, that's huge. Oh man, talk about a warp core. My God, that's awesome. And it's all 3D printed?
I don't know.
It looks it.
He just
Well, I mean, it doesn't really look it, but it looks like you could 3D print it.
Yeah.
Hey, Russ, what kind of cooling fluid can you use in your laser, your big one?
You mean to keep it from freezing?
Yes.
Very nice.
Okay. A lot of people. All right. You need to check on two things. They supposedly have come out with a coolant for it, specifically for lasers. But I have read numerous times people are having very, very good success with using RV coolant. So,
what's the difference between RV coolant and regular coolant?
I have no idea. They just said RV coolant. There's supposed to be a difference in RV coolant and regular coolant.
One's for a recreational vehicle, the other one's for.
Well, I'm thinking there might be stuff internally in the RV that uses water, not drinking water naturally.
Right.
And
it's like food grade.
Yeah, RV
coolant. Almost like a food grade type.
Yeah.
But you can use that stuff, huh? Wow.
But yes, I've heard people using RV coolant, and one guy said I've been using it for a year and through like 2 winters, so to speak, and he said that it's not hurt his machine or anything.
Okay. But does his machine freeze up in the winter?
No. It's fine. It's Yeah, it didn't freeze up.
When I bought my laser, what they call a K5 now, they didn't have such a thing. That was 40 years ago, and then I ripped out the stuff, put my own software in. When I bought that, I could tell that laser tube had antifreeze in it, that they must have tested it with antifreeze.
What, the greenish yellow?
Yep, it had the green antifreeze in it, so I could tell they must have tested it. And I flushed that out and put regular water from a pail, and that's what I've been using, and that tube is still running good. Well, I don't think they make the tubes like they used to know anymore.
Like I said, I don't know the difference because an RV has the same dang engines that cars and trucks have. You know what I'm saying? And if it's a big enough RV, they usually have diesel. Now, I do know without a shadow of a doubt, there's a difference between diesel RV or diesel antifreeze and car antifreeze. Definitely.
I know, Jim, but I'm no expert. I'm no expert, Jim, but I believe people would have a lot of success with the heater.
Yeah.
Hey, here's the definition. The RV antifreeze is a whole different product. It's non-toxic. So it's
okay.
it's a lot different, and then it says product pink color. Yeah, it's totally different than your car antifreeze.
Does it have red?
Totally different than your sodium glycol antifreeze.
Yes, totally different. It's non-toxic because the other stuff is toxic. Regular.
Okay, there you have it. Well, anyway, I'm in like 5 or 6 different laser groups, and there's a lot of people up north that have their lasers in their garage, and I've heard they use RV antifreeze all the time and never had a problem. So, but now since they have been using that, I don't know which company it is, whether it's OM Tech or whatever, they're coming out with their own antifreeze that's supposed to be safe for your lasers. So somebody was talking me about that the other day.
What are you going to be doing with radiator fluid to need it to be non-toxic?
I don't know.
Well, the regular radiator fluid, if it's out, animals will try to eat it and stuff. Do they make it? Oh yes. Yeah. I mean, do they make it where it's bitter?
Then you'd make it all non-toxic. If that was what
you
were worried about.
It costs more. The sodium glycol antifreeze is very cheap to produce, but it has a very sweet taste to it.
Right.
And just like Al said, if you were to drain your radiator and put it in a pan and set the pan off somewhere and forget to get rid of it or pour it back in the bottle, and a dog or a cat came along and if they taste it, they will drink it because it tastes good to them.
That's why we were always taught not to leave it sitting around.
Yeah, they're DRT. They're dead right there. Yeah, it'll kill them. It'll kill any animal. There's been people, I'm just saying, that have give it to their wives or husbands to.
This show neither condones nor expects anyone to do. Do not do that at home, folks.
Yeah, but I've heard. I mean, it's not just a. I'm not just saying this, but there has been known for people to kill their spouse by putting it in their tea or whatever, and it's supposed to be like you can't really taste it that great, and they drink it, and there's adios amigos.
Daddy always said to put it back in the jug and save for people you really don't like.
Yeah.
Just kidding, my old man.
Non-barking anti-agent.
Jim Dockrell said it's not radiator antifreeze, it's potable water antifreeze. So there you have it.
Okay.
We use Brooks Martin says we used coolant 45 for the transmitter pod in the Air Force. Heirloom game calls. Apparently, the RV antifreeze is not for the engine. Okay.
That's probably for the porta potty.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's probably what it's for. Yeah.
Yeah.
You put alcohol in the water system. That's how you keep it from freezing.
Yes, it will keep it from freezing.
I just didn't know if antifreeze would screw the tube up because I want to get a big one. But
it's not the tube itself. It's supposed to wreak havoc on the cooler. Yeah, the tube's glass. So it's not going to bother the tube in any way, shape, or form, but it's going to wreak havoc on the tank and the components of the cooler.
Is the cooler aluminum? The heat?
I think it is.
Aluminum?
Yeah, I think it is. So, and then you got the pump that it would be running through. So from my understanding, it would damage the cooler, not really the tube. Or the chiller. I'm saying cooler, but it's called a chiller. I'm sorry. It would damage the chiller, the laser chiller.
Yeah, I really want to get a big one. I've just
on jets, Heirloom Game Call said on jets we use propylene glycol. Yes. Very poisonous.
Yes, definitely.
Yep.
But it's also in your soda pop.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Glad I quit drinking that mess.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is it in Fresca? No, this only has phenylalanine.
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 Well, hey guys, Keep your here. Let me show. Keep your fingers crossed.
Is it getting done?
Yeah, keep your fingers crossed for about halfway point.
Yeah.
It's working on the legs right now. And yes, I did do a brim. I've had some problems with these little legs. Sometimes sometimes they'll stick without any problem. You don't need a brim or anything. And sometimes they won't.
Hairspray.
I do use hairspray, but it's still, sometimes I'll go in there and clean. About every 5 or 6 prints, I go in there and use alcohol and clean the plate real good, and then put a coat of hairspray on it and heat up the pad. I can heat my pad without heating the extruder. Heat up the pad for a little bit, let it cure the hairspray, and then start a print, and it'll stick. And I can do 3 or 4 of them, and then every once in a while I'll run into one that just comes apart.
It's not close enough to the bed on the first layer.
Right.
It's not close enough to the bed.
Right.
Well, mine seems to be printing okay. So.
Well, if you say it's not, how come it does like 4 or 5 of them perfect and then one of them it doesn't? So that means I need to re-level the bed?
Yep, because that coat of hairspray is making it work for a while, and as soon as you lose that coating, you're losing that. It's got to get squished. That round piece.
Yeah, I know.
Make sure that first layer, that round piece, you only see half of it.
Yeah, right.
And it's squishing down into the bed, and you should have no problems.
Oh.
Well, anyway. It said, Ossiman says, we used to mix flour, plaster of Paris, and leave it out in a dish for the rats to eat. Yeah, there's some stuff like that propylene glycol and stuff that they use. We used to have a, and since, who is it? Heirloom Game Calls. I can't think of his name. What's his name? Anyway, we used to have.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Didn't know to be a test.
Right. Sorry.
Wasn't expecting a pop quiz.
That's
so anyway, we used, whenever the Hirsch tool came out back in the it came out earlier than that, but it wasn't introduced into the fire department until like the late 70s, early 80s, when we finally started being able to use the Hirsch tool. The Hirsch tool was invented by Indy Racing, so to cut the drivers out of the Indy cars, and people looked at it and said, "Hey, why can't we use this to cut people out of automobile and wrecks?" So Hirsch tool come along and invented the Hirsch tool. It was just a brand name, but it had the jaws of life, which spreaders. It had cutters. It had rams. It had all the different things. Well, they used aircraft hydraulic fluid in the machine. And the reason they used aircraft hydraulic fluid, so if you want to chime in here, Heirloom Game Calls, because if you worked on jets or whatever, you should know what I'm talking about.
Brian Warner. There you go. Thank
Warner.
you. Thank you, Brian.
Okay. Brian Warner. Okay. So Brian, if you worked around planes and jets and stuff, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, the reason they used aircraft hydraulic fluid is because aircraft hydraulic fluid is not flammable. So in other words, when the plane crashes, it wouldn't add to the flames. The jet fuel is going to start the fire anyway. And if you ask me, there ain't enough. I guess if it had a small leak or whatever in the hydraulic system, it wouldn't be able to cause a fire or whatever. But anyway, they used aircraft hydraulic fluid. Well, let me put it this way. Aircraft hydraulic fluid is very hazardous. You're supposed to wear gloves and don't touch it. Okay. Well, every once in a while, you would be in a hurry and not thinking about it and trying to get the connections connected up and get it on your hands. Well, if you touched your like if you sweat or whatever, and you rubbed your hands like this, and it was on your hands, after about 5 minutes, your eyes would be on fire.
Right.
Okay. And if you touched it, and being a male, if you had to go to the bathroom and did not wash your hands, after about 5 minutes, you were trying to find a place to get your pants off.
No bueno. No bueno.
Yep. You were trying to find a place to get your pants off so you could get the water hose on it. Don't ask me how I know that.
Yep. Just like eating jalapenos. Don't ask me how I know that. You know, you don't do that.
But yeah, aircraft hydraulic fluid, and that's like the sodium glycol, or the what did he call it? What was his ethylene glycol? Anyway, it's antifreeze, but there's just different ones. And like I said, there is a difference between an automobile antifreeze and a diesel antifreeze. Diesel antifreeze is supposed to take more heat than automobile antifreeze, because the diesel's hotter, runs hotter. Most guys are looking for a place to get their pants off anyway. Yeah, Jim. Right. Yeah.
But
Yep.
You say it like it's a bad thing.
What was it? One night my brother did. He came home and was doing something. He was putting something on himself to help a situation, and I don't remember what it was at the time. I know what it was. My brother one time came home and he had a few too many beers, and he had been working and sweating out, and he got chafed, between his legs. I mean, I think every man at least has gotten chafed. I know women get chafed too, but men definitely used to get chafed. Well, he was drinking a few beers and wasn't paying attention, and he went to grab bathroom and grabbed some cream to put on him and put it on, and about 5 minutes later, he was raising Cain and all kind of pain. He put Bengay on his chafe.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah. Yeah,
don't tell me how I know, but that stuff works. That stuff burns even when you ain't shaved.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yes.
And did
I have on my I hurt my knee one day, and I didn't even think about it. But when I hurt my knee, I put some of the Icy Hot. You ever heard of that? That's a new product that's come out. And that works really well. But let me explain something to you. Don't go out in the sunshine with Icy Hot on.
Yeah, you become a vampire.
It set me. I was out there for like about 5 or 6 minutes, and the next thing you know, my knee started burning. I'm like, I ain't been out here in the sun long enough to get a sunburn. And the longer I stood there, the more it started burning, to the point I had to get inside the house as fast as I could and get in the shower and get soap and start washing that stuff off. For some reason, it like burns when it comes in the sun contact. I mean, intense burning. Oh, by the way, guys, just to let you know some of the things that's going on with me. I know I've talked about my back problems, and Jim this year has a lot of problems too with his neck and everything. I'm really having a lot more problems with my back. For those, I have 4 or 5 vertebrae that have compression fractures, and in the thorax T, like 8, 9, 10, 11, or 9, 10, 11, 12, something like that. I don't remember. There's 12 vertebrae in the thoracic region, and then you have 7 in your lumbar. And so my number 5 or 6 or 6 or 7 in my lumbar, I have herniated discs. I've been having a lot of problems recently. The one that's on either 5 or 6 or 6 or 7, one of those bulges pushes against your sciatic nerve. Some days my leg has a constant burning sensation in it. And it's getting to the point now that I'm kind of like in chronic pain. So Monday morning at 9:45, I go see a neurologist to see if I'm going to need surgery or what we're going to do about this situation because it's getting worse.
You have a burning sensation, Russ? Just step away from the campfire. Okay.
Yeah.
That's where the burning
I'll tell
sensation.
you, I don't mean to be a smart aleck, but hold on. Jim knows this to be true too. I'd like for you to live one day with some of this pain that I have, and I'm sure Jim knows the same thing.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I've had 5 surgeries, Russ. You can have one of mine.
Yeah, I know, my friend. I know you've had 5 surgeries, and I'm amazed that you get around and as good as you do. So,
you know,
but no,
I'm sure there's a video out there somewhere on how to do this for you.
Yeah, and the next thing is I have hurt my knee. I went to the doctor about it. I don't know if I put on my Facebook the post about going to the doctor about my knee. I have done something to my knee, and so I am scheduled. I go Monday to the neurologist, and Thursday I go have an MRI of my knee to see what I've done to that now. So I'm thinking my knee injury is partially because of my back, because the sciatica is on my right side, and it was my right knee that I injured. I'm thinking that it's you're in so much pain that you actually don't feel pain, if that makes sense. So when I went to step up really high up onto this front porch, I had to actually grab a hold of the post. And actually about halfway up, the first time I heard it, the second time I heard it was I was holding my grandson, Nico, and sitting in the recliner. And when I went to pull myself up, about halfway up, my knee just felt like it was on fire. And so later, the next morning, I couldn't walk. I mean, wasn't able to walk for 3 or 4 days. And then on the 18th, we had our grandkids, 3 of them, and Nico's a little chunker. He's quite heavy, and I picked him up and was holding him. He's not 2 years old yet. He's just started walking. And I went to sit down in the recliner, and about halfway down, boom, same thing. My knee started burning. So I've done something to my knee. They're going to see what that is. My neck and shoulders seem to be on fire after a couple of hours from the ears from my ears to the bottom of my shoulder blades. Yeah, that was Harlan Gang calls, Brian Warner. Don't worry, plenty of mobility scooters out there, Russ. You know,
there you go, Phil. That's a positive note.
Yeah, I just don't want to do that. And I know that people have had success surgeries on herniated discs. So, and he may look at it and say, "Oh no, we don't have to do that. This is what we can do," or you know what I'm saying.
Right.
So
I had severe sciatica for a while there, a lot. In fact, to the point where I would have to go into the doctor, and he would have to inject cortisone into my hip area, right. I mean, right in the side hip. But anyway, long story short, I also had a colonoscopy, not oscopy, but a ectomy. In other words, they cut out a piece of my colon because of diverticulitis. But my point is the inflammation was actually causing the pain that was impinging the nerve that was pushing up against it. I would have back pain. I even went to the doctor, and you have back in here and stuff. Degenerative disc disease, in fact, is what he said. And after I had the surgery, my sciatica has gone away. I mean, wow. I'm just saying, that's my case and my story. So
I think I've got it bad. Listen to this. Brian just put 7 heart catheters, 5 hernias, 6-way heart bypass, and about 60 to 80 throat dilations. Wow.
Wow.
I feel my pain is nothing, guys, compared to what yours is.
Yeah.
All right. He wins.
Yeah.
I still
have a ding. You win the prize of the day for having the most hurts.
After that last neck surgery I had, I've got a spot in my throat that makes it hard to swallow. And if I talk for a long time, I can't talk. But
they must have.
What does your wife have to say about that, Jim?
Yeah.
No, it's a good out. Honey, I can't
Yeah,
talk right now.
Can't talk right now.
How you been doing, Donna? You've been quiet tonight.
No, I've talked. You just don't listen to me.
Whoa, Donna, you just got to get in there like I do. Just step all over them.
She's
No, I'm
been
just-
busy with us over here in the chat.
This is actually-
For those that you don't know it, Donna is building a room on to put her, she was building a room to put her mother in, but she ended up changing and because she's going to have her mother closer to the bathroom. But anyway, I mean, she has a GoFundMe. And if the people
got it cleaned out.
Yep. If she has a GoFundMe, go to Donna Presley on Facebook or go to Donna Presley on what's the name of it? GoFundMe. And make a donation to her to help build that room for her mother.
Yeah,
So
we
I
almost
appreciate
got the room done. I just make payments to my neighbor, when I can. It's like, here you go, I got this, I got this.
Right.
We're gonna have a yard sale and stuff to help raise money that way to cover some stuff. We still have to cut out the tin to put the air conditioner in there, but mother needs to have the central heating air and she needs to be across from the bathroom. So once I get all this out, she likes blue, so then we had to paint this room. So I'll paint that blue, so she'd be happy here.
Yeah.
And greeting to Robert Crow. We just got here. Hello, Robert.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, Robert.
Yep. Sorry you came late because we're fixing to sign off here. I'm going to go lay down tonight. I'm tired. Well, I can't lay down, I guess, until this stupid thing finishes.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
I got a few more things to move.
Might as well stay here, Russell.
Yeah.
Your time.
No, I'm going to go sit down in my room and be comfortable for a little bit.
He's going to go
to put auto shut off on your 3D printer.
I do. I can shut it off remotely. See this program right here?
Well, then put a timer on it and do it that way with a receptacle if you don't have a button that auto shuts it off.
Yeah.
No. See this
Put a
program
timer on
right
it
here?
for like
turn that receptacle off after you know when it's going to be done, then you go to bed. Yep.
See that right there?
Yep.
See the first one that says PLA?
Yes.
That's the printer. It's green right now. All I got to do is touch it, and it turns off, and the printer's off from right here.
Be able to put a timer on that, then go to bed and have it shut off an hour from now. And you'll know it'll be done.
I could do that, but I like this. See the shop light? That's the shop light in front of the door of my shop, so I can see to get in.
Yep.
So I've got it on right now. I can control it from here.
No.
See, Russ, now you got to go to the next step. And have
I
it
can
voice
control my shop AC or my shop dehumidifier from here. I don't even have to walk out there. Like if in the morning I wake up and I decide I'm going to go out and work in the shop, I just hit that little button and it turns green and the shop AC comes on.
How's your soda?
Russ, you got to go to the next step and make it voice control now.
Well, we actually got the embroidery machine in the room the other day. It took 4 of us to get it in.
4 of you?
Wow.
Wow.
And then
How much does it weigh?
we got it from the shop to the room. I don't have the porch built yet, but I have a hydraulic table. So we use that to lift it up to the door and then bring it through because it couldn't go through the house. It won't fit.
Wow.
That's why when
Sounds
I
like
turned 62, I sold all my big, heavy machines. They're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like my machines. And they like me.
Oh.
They take care of them.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to call it a night. Thank y'all for all being out there. Robert, you say Robert said fancy, Russ. Actually, you can get these things that I have off of Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
What they actually do is it's a little device, and you plug it into your outlet. Naturally, you got to have Wi-Fi, but you plug it into your outlet and you download the app. You can have as many as you want. If I want 20, just like that, just exactly like that. Yep.
Yep.
You get into your outlet. Yep. And then you
The
download
internet of things.
and then
Right.
and you plug your if you want a light, if you want your AC. The ones I bought are heavy duty. They'll do up to like 15 amps. That's the reason I bought them, because I can run my AC off of it. And my window unit that's in my shop. So anyway, so they're very readily available, and I love them. I've had mine now for like 2 years,
What's it
and they
called?
work great.
What's it called?
Let me.
Zentek is one
Yep.
that you can
Mine
program
are-
and you want to make sure you don't get all these smart devices that are going to be gone in a couple months and you spend all this money.
Yes.
These are just smart receptacles. And
Yep.
whatever you plug in
Mine's-
there, you can set a timer or when you want them
Yep.
to go on and off.
Yeah, mine's Smart Life, and I got mine off of Amazon.
Yeah, I got
called-
those off
Got
of Amazon.
I
Sonos.
got one that I have my dining room light on, but you're talking about you have the for 15 amp or it's heavy duty, and it's like the one I got here isn't, and it's like
No, this one I have looked and finally found ones that would hold 15 amps, because I wanted to be able to turn my shop AC on. Like if I wake up in the morning and I'm sitting at my desk and go, I'm going to go out and play in the shop today. I just hit that button and the AC comes on. And by the time I get out there, it's cool.
yeah. See, that's what I need to do because I don't have I don't have center air over there, so I need to get a heavy duty one.
I'll go through my Amazon and find them and send you and put in the send you the link.
That'll work.
So you can buy them. Yep. I think they come in a 4-pack. But I mean, they're well worth it. Trust me. I mean, I can be at church and be sitting there and go, oh crap, I forgot to turn the AC off in the shop. You know what I'm saying? And hit the button and it turn it off.
Hey, can you manually walk up to them and touch them and turn them
Yes.
Yep,
Yes.
they got a button right.
They got a
there
button
to
on
do
them.
that right there.
Yep.
on? Yeah, the
Amy's
ones
got
I have in my shop are remote control, and there's a little control that I have right there as I walk in the door, and I just click, click, click. But I leave the remote there. But that's why I was
Yeah.
asking, because sometimes I don't have the phone.
No,
with
you can manually. It's got a button on it. I can manually turn it on and off. They're
Amy's
great
got
little
those in the house
devices.
wired for voice control. I can say
Yeah.
bedroom lights off, and they go off.
Yeah. Yep.
He's having a ball doing this.
There you go, right there. $15.99.
Not bad.
I need one that you can plug people into.
There
So
you
you
go.
can turn them off.
Turn them on and off when you don't want to hear them.
I'd
That's
like
what
to
your
have
hearing aids. That's
I
what your
wouldn't
hearing
mind
aids are
having one
for.
to plug my wife into every once in a while.
I ain't gonna go all there now.
I'd like to have the combination of what I've got now: a
I hope
central
she's not
remote
watching the show.
and a remote over the internet.
I said, I hope she's not watching the show. I'm already in deep water right
She
now.
is.
So
She is. I called her earlier and said, you better listen to this.
That's what your hearing aids are for. You turn them on and off from your phone when you don't want to hear
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah, there you go.
all right, guys.
Yes.
Selective hearing.
Russ, watch your language in church. I do. I watch my language.
Mhm.
You would not believe my kids have said. I used to, I was a fireman
Russ?
for years. A fireman are as bad as sailors. So I have actually, since I've been going to church and everything, I've cleaned up. I mean, I slip every once in a while, like when I said as thin as a gnat's ass. I mean,
Now and then. You know, your name is your name is only one letter off from cuss, so
Yeah.
it kind of goes in a line there. I think.
Yep. So I slip every now and then. I'm not perfect.
None of us are.
Nope. That's the reason. That's the reason Jesus came to the earth and died for our sins, is because he knew we weren't perfect.
They even wrote a song from me at Mama's church. When you're in church, you just don't use the F word.
So as they're singing, you hear this big.
Yep.
In
I know
church,
a
we
priest
don't
who
use
F word
that
was his favorite word.
word.
I used to work with a priest.
Yeah.
The F word was his favorite word. So
Yeah.
whenever he wanted to get the kids' attention, it would slip out because they would all be shocked. And now he's got their attention.
All right, Donna Presley says night, everyone. Yeah, Donna, give him like a couple of minutes because we're fixing to go. I'm fixing to sing. All right, everybody. Good night. Thank you for being out there. I appreciate it. Robert Crow, I'm sorry you showed up last or late, but we're glad you showed up anyway. You know, it's glad to have you. And all Brian Warner, all y'all guys up, James Parker, Jim Dockrell. Even though you've been a smart ass tonight, Jim, you're welcome
tonight.
So
just tonight.
Yeah. So, but we're glad to have you, Jim. So, good night, everybody, and thank you for being here. Listen, if you're too darn busy to get out in your shop and make some sawdust, you're just too darn busy. Just give me sawdust, lots of sawdust all around me and everywhere. I like it flying all around my shop and even in my beard and hair. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching, and God bless.
Remember,
Live long
you
and
don't have to
prosper.
go home, but you can't stay here.
What?
Nope. Gotta get out. See you. Donna says she's got to leave, so we're getting out of here. See you later.